little introduction. So, who are you, and yeah, what's going on?
My name is Eddie. I think most people know me as Qwachansey. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they know me as Eddie. Probably not, though. I've been collecting for a long time. Chansey's my favorite Pokemon, but I also really love error cards. I like set collecting. I really love Black and White era. I love for older cards, I mostly collect English, and then for Black and White onwards, I collect Japanese. And I'm really into binder collecting. I also have some graded cards, but prefer binders overall.
Right on.
And Chansey, it's been like a childhood obsession, so I guess a
How did that all
lifelong
start?
obsession.
How did Chansey come into the whole picture there?
Honestly, it's hard for me when people ask me that because I've been collecting Chansey for so long that I can't remember a time without it, like a
Fair enough.
time pre-Chansey.
Yeah.
I don't know how my life would be if Chansey didn't exist, but it would definitely be worse. I'd probably be depressed. I wouldn't have any purpose.
Oh man. I mean, hey, I like Chansey too. I don't know if you've seen my
Yeah, you're
shiny
shiny Chansey.
Chansey tattoo, but
There's still no. Okay, when I was like 13 or 14,
yep.
there were reveals in Japanese for like a Blissey Prime from
Mhm.
Heart Gold Soul Silver. And at first they used to be called like Great Pokemon instead of Prime Pokemon, was
Oh.
like the translation at the time. And it put me in a bad mood because also sorry if I'm rambling about
No, no,
Chansey.
it's
You
all
can
good,
stop
dude.
me at any time, okay? Because I tend to do this. It put me in a bad mood because I used to not like Blissey and not like Happiny because I thought they overshadowed Chansey,
Fair.
and Blissey started getting like holo cards and an EX and then this new Prime. Like Chansey also got an EX, so I didn't mind the Blissey EX.
Yeah.
But this great Blissey, I was really pissed that there was no great Chansey.
True.
So that's when I started emailing the Pokemon Company every time there was a new rarity to create a Chansey for that rarity. But I've been doing that for Shiny Chansey now for a really long time.
Dude, I
And
would
every
love to have a shiny
yeah,
Chansey card. That'd be so
there's
epic.
there's so many Gen 1 shiny Pokemon cards and still no Chansey. And Chansey it's like fairly popular.
Yeah.
Um, so big disappointment. I honestly, the Shiny Treasure EX set. I don't know what it's called in English. Shining, no, not Shining Fate. The most recent one
Oh, Paldean Fates?
is was that like that came out in December.
I think so. Something,
Yeah,
no,
that one kind of
maybe. I don't
bombed a
know.
little bit in Japan,
Oh
and I
yeah,
think it's because there's no Shiny Chansey.
fair.
So if they had listened to me, but
I mean, hey, maybe you
what
need to
else?
join the marketing team over there, eh?
I've okay. I am always tweeting about it. I when there were those artist signing events,
Yep.
I asked the art. like, I don't know why I thought this would work, but because the translator, I assumed like had connections. Shout
Mhm.
out Ken to the Pokemon Company because he's the translator officially for all the artists.
Yep.
I would mention like how good of a Pokemon Shining Chansey is and how it should be a card because my hope was that the translators or the artists would report back to Pokemon. Like,
Yeah.
people in America really love
Hey,
Shiny
this one guy was
Chansey.
like talking about a shiny Chansey card. I think we should do it. I think we should get it going.
And like in my mind, it made a lot of sense.
I mean,
And
honestly,
saying
it's
it out
worth a
loud is
shot,
kind of
honestly.
embarrassing. It was a very optimistic approach. But it's like people, I don't like when people complain about like their favorite Pokemon never getting picked for anything, but like don't do anything about it. Like
Mhm.
there was a competition on in Japanese Twitter for like what's been the best Pokemon coin over the past 25 years. I think it's for
Ooh.
the 25th anniversary. And so the first coin had Chansey on it because
Yep.
the Chansey's name in Japanese is Lucky. And
Oh,
so
I didn't know
I
that.
made sure like get out the vote. Like I was telling all my friends, like make sure to like retweet the
Yeah, yeah.
Chansey coin. That's like you you can't complain about your species if you're a species collector not getting enough love if you don't do anything about it. Like you have to be
Absolutely.
part of the solution.
You see,
So
that's really cool. I love how like dedicated you are to the chancy portion of that. That's epic. That's really cool.
yeah,
Like that's how I feel with like Dragonite. I just freaking love that guy.
he has a lot of cool cards. I really like the EX Sandstorm EX
Oh yeah,
Dragonite.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those older style ones are epic. But
Or EX Dragon. EX
yeah,
Dragon.
yeah, the EX Dragon. Yeah, yeah. Right on. So how did you get into error cards?
Error cards kind of been like semi recent. I'd say like 2020.
Oh, okay, so
I
kind of
think
around the
that's
big boom area.
yeah, which is I guess it's like I had a lot of extra WotC cards during that era, and so I
Right,
had like money. I shouldn't say like for the first time, but like I had more disposable money.
right.
And then I saw someone posted a Chansey Holo shift on Reddit,
Hmm.
and I never seen that before, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely buying that.
Yeah,
And it was like a pretty big, I think it was $1,300. I was like, not, it's a lot of money
yeah.
for a card, but I'll show you.
It's a
Let me see
pretty
if I
solid
have that.
price, honestly. Nowadays.
Well, it was at the time, yeah, no, at the time it was definitely a lot, and people were like, you're kind of crazy. But no, and it's in pretty good condition too.
Because you've got
That was,
quite a few pretty crazy chancy error cards.
oh, I've been collecting. Okay. Can I like flick
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
my,
Oh, you
is
see, I
there a
just
way to,
love how it shows like the outline too on the
I
like the
know. It's
top
also
portion.
very aesthetic looking photo
Yeah.
shit. Like some of the base ones are not as pretty.
Yeah, no, I love that one.
Um,
That's so sick. I'm so
okay.
happy that you have it in the old label too with the
Yes,
subgrades.
me
That's
too.
epic.
And what pisses me off is that almost like all of my polo shifts are in the old label.
Oh yeah,
So they're like a family. And then
that's
now if I got a new one, which I haven't in a while, but it would be the new label, which is kind of annoying. But while I'm showing you this, so this was the first polo shift I got.
beautiful.
And then yeah, one of the also I think this is the first card I ever graded with CGC. But that
Oh,
was a long time
sick.
ago. Yeah. That was right when they started as a grading company. Because I think
Oh,
PSA
really?
used to just yeah. So that was like 2021
Hmm.
that I finally graded it. Because PSA used to like dock them really harshly.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. I remember I was talking to Ash about that. On like all error cards, they would always dock them so harsh.
yeah, I'll give you an example while I'm at the showing my chances. Okay, this one is one of my favorites.
Oh my gosh, that one just looks so
Green
trippy.
Panther.
It's like got like a shadow kind of like
Yeah, the
a little
Ghost Chansey.
shifted. Is that
I've
one
never
also like a misaligned print layer then?
that yeah, it's categorized as that. I don't know if it's like also additional ink, but
Right.
this actually I'm realizing now I don't want to like call out. I shouldn't say this story on camera. Never mind. But basically, I bought it from a guy who graded at PSA, and it got
Yeah.
a PSA 5 for no reason. So I cross graded it. Um,
Damn, into
but
the
thank you to the seller.
8.5. That's epic.
No, it's like there's nothing. It's a very clean 8.5 too.
Yeah.
But that's another one. Let me show some of my other Chansey errors.
So for cards that you would never sell, you wouldn't sell any of your Chansey cards ever, hey? Straight to the grave with you?
I don't. It's just like what would I buy instead?
True.
Because now
True.
I'm getting really into the Japanese uncut sheets.
Oh
But
yeah.
no,
I
it
seen you've
just
been posting quite a few of them, eh?
I mean, it's awesome. Like
They're so rare
they're all
though.
the,
Like you do
some of
not
them I just
see
am
those.
photoshopping. Like I'm literally making them myself. But okay, here are. This one's like a tinier shift, and then this one's really big.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh man, you have like a whole bunch of different like categories of shifts for
yeah, they're
Chansey.
all. I have three different sizes of shift. So I think. I've seen one from the same sheet as this, but because I already had it shifted this size, I was like, it's okay. I don't have that much money to spend.
Fair.
But yeah, those three from base set. Then I have this one, which might be hard to show on camera, but which it has like a yellow line on this side, and then it also has a shadow effect. Mm, I don't know if it's gonna. I need a higher quality like webcam.
I feel you on that. I'm just using my
Yeah,
laptop webcam.
I know, same. Then I have a square cut Japanese base, a really
Oh,
thick border.
dude, that is so
Yeah,
cool. I've been really digging Japanese cards recently, like
I
the
know they're
older
so
ones
hard
too.
to find. The Japanese errors.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually just picked up a Japanese Merrill shift from the southern
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah.
Okay, speaking of Japanese, this is my holy grail,
Oh.
baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
That one is insane. Isn't that one have the hollow on the
Yeah,
bottom? Oh man.
so
For
I'm
Japanese, that
trying
is crazy. I've only
to
seen
find
one other card that has
the
like the hollow
Victorian.
foil on the. It was on the. I think it's on the top for, and it's what's his name? Bean. Bean owns it. Is that his name? Bean in the Discord
What card is it?
at the Vaporeon.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I know the one you're talking about. That's a
yeah.
really nice card. This,
But
yeah,
dude,
this
in
one
an
was
eight
really,
is
I know.
crazy. Wow, that is
Thanks.
so sick.
And then I've also recently I've been switching. I've been trying to get more Cosmos Holo ones
Oh yeah,
because it's just like those are the ones I look at the most.
yeah. The hollow on
That I
those
just
is
like take
so
out of the
beautiful.
box to look at. So here's my Ampharos.
Oh, that one is crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is so sick.
Yeah.
What was the story for getting that one?
This one it was just an eBay auction, like
Oh
really
really?
and pretty inexpensive. Yeah.
Oh sick.
And then the Fable was also on auction, but in Japan. That was a while. That one was several years ago. And
Oh
this
wow.
Ho-Oh,
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's so cool. I love how it
this
has the array like shifted down and
I
everything. That's
know.
so sick.
This is one of my favorite artworks too, just like in general.
Yeah,
This one
that's
I
a
think got
sweet
on
one.
Reddit. Thank you to the seller. Also, I appreciate that like everyone tags me when they see shifts come up, even though it's
Yeah,
bad for my
you know what's
bank
funny?
account.
That's so
Sometimes I
funny.
wish
Like
I wouldn't.
every time
Like,
I
but
do an
don't tell
interview,
me.
they always everybody's like, "Yeah, errors are awesome, but they're really bad for my bank account."
I know. It's like sometimes I wish I hadn't gone. No, I don't wish that. But sometimes it's like, oh my God, I'll tell you, like the Blissey, the German Blissey that showed up recently.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
really wanted that, but it was also like, I think it sold for like $2,600.
Oh, wow.
And it's just like, if you're, I think the issue with errors as well is that it's not like a set card where you can just save up for it over time and it's always available.
Yeah, if it
I get a
pops up,
lot
you
of
have to like
FOMO.
hop on
Yeah.
it.
And so if you're not expecting to spend, like if you haven't budgeted
Yeah.
to spend that much money, it's a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And so people are like, oh, why didn't you buy that pussy? It's like,
I
do you
don't
want
just
to
have, I
pay
don't just
for
have
it? Yeah,
2.6K laying
be my
around. I'm
guest.
sorry.
I'll happily take donations. And like, yeah, like I was bidding up on it, but it's like I wasn't gonna go in a bidding war
Right.
that high. And then, but yeah, it sucks because it's like I don't know if I'll ever see that card up for sale again. Because A, the people who buy them usually keep them for something like
Typically,
that,
yeah.
and then B, it's not like some of them. There just might be one that ever surfaces.
Yeah, I
So that's
mean,
why like this the Fable especially. I remember at the
oh
time like
yeah,
I felt
yeah.
sick like spending so much, but now I'm like thank God I did.
Yeah, like I could only imagine how much you could end up selling that one for now.
But what else can I show you? Okay, here's my Articuno. I got this from Rusty
Oh, that one's
PCA
so
Games.
sweet.
Yeah. This was one of the first ones I saw on Instagram when I started collecting ships, and it was like a very aspirational one.
Right on.
but I didn't think I would actually have. I wish I had a better camera, but
Oh, that's so sick.
yeah.
So would you say that hollow shifts are your favorite type of error, or the missing
That
entering
okay,
layer?
I would have said that until I got this until I framed. I'll just show the camera. Hold up. Okay,
Oh,
until I got this uncut sheet framed,
yep,
I would have said that the polo shirts were my favorite errors.
yep,
But okay, before I show this, I'll also show I really like missing ink as well.
right.
So these are my growlers.
Oh, it's almost like a shiny in that sense, hey?
Yeah, missing the magenta ink layer, so all the red is missing, and just the yellow and blue and black
Oh
are left.
man, those are so cool actually.
Yeah. Thank you to the people on Reddit who told me these. Okay, so this unboxing.
Live unboxing, let's go.
Like
Oh my
once you see this
gosh.
in person, it's really hard to go to like want anything else
Yeah.
because especially like it just really feels like a historical piece,
Oh yeah.
and I kind of I'm also just really happy with the way I got it framed. It's just like looks really nice, but I'm too afraid to hang it up on my wall because I'm worried about the sun damage.
Oh
But
yeah, fair.
I want to get more old back Japanese errors in general.
Yeah,
I think those are really neat.
true.
Um, what's I know these people's Discord names, but not their actual name. But there's one guy who has the Scizor with like the Neo Discovery Hitmon top holo overlaid on it. Do you know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah,
Or Skarmory? Yeah.
oh
It's like the double
McLaren?
combination. Yeah.
Yep.
He has that crazy card.
That one is
He has a few other
insane.
really good Japanese old back errors.
Yeah.
Those I've been super into. There's that Dark Amphro set I did not buy, which sucks. But ones like that. So my Grail would be like a base Chansey Japanese holo shift, but
Oh yeah.
I've seen a Mewtwo Japanese, but it was like a very small shift.
Yeah.
Still really cool card though.
So it does
But
exist. It is out there
yeah,
somewhere.
it does exist. Or anything from the same sheet as Michael Fable would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be
Especially,
so cool to see because
yeah,
that one is actually like the first one of the Japanese from that set that I've seen in a shift. Have you seen other
there's
ones?
I've seen a picture of the Kangaskhan
Oh.
from,
Oh.
but I've never like seen it for sale.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, but it doesn't have the
The bar on
gold
the
bottom
bottom?
border.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the gold border is because the Fable was on the bottom row of the sheet.
Ah.
So it would be three other cards because it's a 4x4 grid. Three other holos besides the Fable would have the gold bottom border. So imagine it's like Vaporeon.
Oh
Like sometimes,
man.
like honestly, sometimes
Oh,
I
that
think
would be
about.
so
I know.
crazy.
Sometimes I try to make them in Photoshop.
I mean,
That's what
hey,
I
I
do.
mean, hey,
I just
that's
make
one
like
way to
fake
visualize it
cards.
for sure. They're out there
But yeah.
somewhere. They're just sitting in someone's collection in Japan, just chilling.
Well, I don't know if I should say hoping because I would go bankrupt, but with all the crazy like prototype cards we've seen lately,
Yeah, what are your
we
opinions
haven't
on
really
those two?
seen. There hasn't been like crazy errors though,
No.
so those are missing from probably good. I sometimes I'm like those cards I would like them to be released in like 10 years. Like wait
True.
till I have more money and then put them onto the market.
Right. Because it's the market's been almost like flooded with them recently, hey?
Yeah, there's a lot,
Like
but
just dumped. Like how do
yeah,
you feel
tons
about
of.
like all of that stuff like just randomly popping up within like such a short time frame and we still don't have any like real information about that kind of stuff.
I mean, from a I'm really excited. I think some people sometimes have this notion that like, oh, cards like this should be in a museum. I wish they aren't released. And it's like I do think something of like especially the Game Boy Fright cards,
Yeah,
it would be great to see those in a more archival historical exhibit sense, but it's been 30 years and Pokemon in Japan clearly has no intention. It's like we wouldn't see this stuff if it wasn't for sale.
true.
And I don't I don't think it's like immoral for people who are involved in the game's development to want to sell stuff that 30 years later is worth a
Yeah,
shit ton of money.
yeah, no, it makes sense.
And I don't know if I can buy a Chansey right now. Like that's what I was saying. Like 10 years
Yeah,
down the road, I wish these cards are coming out.
uh-huh.
But I honestly wish that Pokemon was more transparent about these kinds of things because there's so much interest and intrigue in the history,
Yeah,
and it's not like they're unaware of how big of a franchise this is and how much lore and deep development and just stories that they could tell. But yeah, it does suck that a lot of it is private, and it has been a crazy like year or two of just things that we never would have
yeah,
thought
yeah.
to see. And I'm trying to remember what the first. I mean, like the Shining Gyarados with the fan club polo pattern.
Oh
That just
my
like
gosh, that
it
was
makes me
insane.
wonder, like all the other polo test prints. And we've seen some in English. Like
Yeah,
we have those Team Rocket double-sided ones with like the
yep,
Spectra tech,
yep,
but yeah, it's like we have no knowledge on different holos, and it's like okay, maybe when I say like everyone would like to know, maybe it's like actually very niche people would actually care about like different holo patterns, the cards that they were testing on. Maybe
yeah,
it's like just like 100 people, but like there's nothing. It's like Pokemon is they could show us, they could open a display, like, but they're so
yeah,
protective, and they're especially with their art that it's just not gonna happen unless it's like you see it graded as a sheet.
yeah. That's
Um,
true.
so I do emphasize with people who are sad, just it kind of lessens like the coolness factor when you see so many available at once, and I
Yeah,
think that's how some people feel. It's a little like when that the guy who won the contest for Snap Poliwag, and
uh-huh.
he had like all 15 of his copies, and he like posted a picture of all 15 at once. It makes it feel like a little less mythical.
Limited
Like,
and yeah, that
yeah,
kind of thing. Yeah,
but I think that was like 2015, 2016. Now, like, good luck finding one of those.
true.
So that's I wish I don't know. I definitely succumb to FOMO at times, especially with Chansey.
Yeah, yeah,
So everyone has been telling me like, oh, you should just wait. Like there could be like five more. Like who knows how many more play tests there are.
right.
It's like personally, I would rather like overpay and be like, okay, I own this Chansey,
Yeah,
than
miss
have
the
it slip.
opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's also like they're really expensive, and I have to be
crazy
yeah.
expensive. Which iteration of the playtest would you want? Because there's like the
There's
beta, alpha,
and
the
the
delta. Do you know
naming
what the delta
convention
is?
is
Yeah,
really
nobody.
confusing.
I've asked
I don't know.
everybody and nobody knows what it is.
I don't know how they came up with that. I
I
wish
don't
there
know.
was a guide. There's someone Neos on Twitter. He's been like making a guide, but for Chance, I think there's only two that I've
Oh,
seen.
okay.
So at least it's like less expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
There's one that I think is the Alpha, which is the base set fancy Sugimori artwork,
Yep.
and then there's the Beta, which is a different Sugimori artwork. That one I really like because that artwork was never on a actual Chansey card.
Yeah.
So that one I would really love to own one day.
Yeah, that one
But
is
I
a
think I've seen
big one.
three. So at least it's like there's not just one.
True. So there could be an opportunity at one point in
Yeah,
time. You never know.
one day.
What if someone came up to you with that card and they wanted to do a trade for like that Japanese uncut sheet you have and
Well,
stuff?
I mean, this is like a very real thing
Yeah,
because like there is one for sale. I've been offered a different one. Like I've been offered both the alpha and the beta.
really? Nice.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I really like my cards,
Yeah.
so it's like as cool as those chances are. Like I have memories attached to what I currently own.
Hmm.
I'm proud to have. I guess like proud is a little over a bit much. Like I literally just bought them. But it's like I don't think I could find that again ever.
No,
Like
no.
so I don't because I did consider like okay, realistically, what could I sell to buy? And I mean that's some anytime like something really cool pops up, I think in the back of all our minds,
Yep,
like okay, like I sell stuff from the collection to buy this.
yep.
But no, like I'm attached to my cards. And that's
That's
not to
fair.
say like okay, if like a chancy like mega Japanese base like holo shift with like two gold boards. Like never say never, but for now, no. I would not want to give something like that up, even for a chancy.
Right on. No, that's cool because I love it when you have like a story attached to the card and a memory. That's just way
Yeah,
more important, you know what I mean? Because that's something you can
yeah,
keep with you forever.
yeah. That's how I feel about sign cards too, because all
True.
the sign cards I have are like attached to a memory or friends or like the artists themselves. So,
Yeah, because you go through the whole event and you're waiting from freaking like midnight.
yeah, yeah.
Oh man, one
And
day I gotta go to one of those signing events.
there hasn't. I really miss them. I hope there are more to come, especially in, I mean, there's still like someone who was really nice to help me on Instagram and helped me get my first Arita card. So I
Yep.
got a Magby signed in January, but hopefully he will come to because he was in Hawaii
Oh,
a few
okay.
months ago. So I'd really like to go to an event and get cards signed by him.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. I would I would want to get one signed by anybody in person. That'd be
Yeah,
freaking epic. I mean, here in Canada, there's like barely any events, so I'd have to
yeah,
fly
you
out.
gotta
But
travel.
yeah, it is what
I
it
mean, I
is.
had
But
to for my for my Himeno Chansey, I had to fly to North Carolina. So, like that was a trek,
that's pretty
but it
sweet
was
though.
yeah,
See, then you get the memory attached to it and everything. So that's pretty
yeah.
cool. What was the first error card that you ever owned?
It was actually I don't know if I don't have it like on me. The first one I bought was that Holo Shift Chansey
Oh,
from
really?
Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the first one I owned was like a crimped Houndoom from a Rising Rivals pack.
There you
I
go.
was like, I had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong with this card? I still have it, but it's like I would have to dig through a lot of stuff to find it. And then actually, I was looking. I was selling a lot of raw cards at a Collecticon recently, and I was
Hmm.
just like, okay, let me make sure like none of them are errors first. And I had like a Pelipper from a EX Pop Series pack, and like the back is like inverted, and I had not
Oh,
realized
what?
that. Yeah.
Dude,
So I
that's a
have that
crazy
somewhere.
find.
Yeah, I know that was a good one. But I don't. I never. I mean, I didn't open that many packs like a little kid,
Hmm.
and then I mean, I opened a lot of like Diamond and Pearl era, and I never pulled like a crazy error.
Yeah.
Like I think that Houndoom was like I never pulled any miscuts. I don't. I still haven't. I don't have good luck like pulling
I
errors
don't
at all.
either, dude. I have horrid luck with pulling
Like I
cards.
see people who are on Reddit was like, I got like my evolving skies like Leafeon VMAX like the color bar. I was like,
Oh
fuck
my
you.
gosh.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I guess I don't open that much English product, but
Yeah.
no, I don't think I've ever pulled a crazy error.
How do you feel about like the increase in the amount of like people coming into like the error community and everything?
I think it's positive. I think it's cool that other people are taking an interest, and okay, I don't like that there's more competition price wise, but what I sometimes compare it to are like I also collect these Neopet sketch cards, and they're not really like Neopet cards are not popular,
Uh-huh.
but because they're so unpopular, they were really, really hard to find, even though no one wanted them. Okay, now like some people do want them, but for like years, I was the only person searching for
Yeah.
these sketch cards. But because there was no market, no one would like post them on Facebook or Reddit because
Right.
they just wouldn't think to. And I will say like one advantage of there being more interest in like that like Facebook group growing so much is that okay, now we get to see a lot more because people know like to post them online. And so there is a better chance to like get to see the cards. It's also nice just to have a bigger community to talk
Yeah.
about the cards, like exchange pictures and history. But yeah, sometimes like there's definitely more competition for holo ships. So these are like I just like offer it and I'd offer it and it's like they would accept and be like, wow, like are you sure?
Yep. Yeah, like nowadays
You're
it's like
I
you
don't want
shoot
to
an
rip you
offer
off.
and then you're
Now it's
starting a
like
bidding war.
yeah, yeah. Times are definitely different. Especially yeah, I remember I think it was the first few holo ships I bought, the people were like, like the sellers themselves were like, "Are you sure?" Like, like
Are you sure you
I
want to
don't
pay
want
that
to
for
rip you
this?
off. Yeah, and now no, like I mean, it's good. It's good that people are aware of their card's value.
Yeah.
But one thing that does drive me nuts is when someone will post. I'm on Reddit too, like their errors, and they'll be like, "Oh, I wouldn't accept anything under like $5,000."
Oh, I
Be
hate
so for
that.
real. Be so for real. You're
Don't
giving the
take
seller
under
the
this
false hope.
amount of money, even though
Yeah,
I can't offer that.
yeah.
It's just like, okay.
And then you offer like a fair price, and it's like, oh, stop lowballing me. Like, I know what I
Dude,
have.
that's the worst.
Yeah,
Oh my
but
gosh.
growing pains.
There's like barely any hollow shifts that have been popping up recently, though, eh? It's
No,
becoming a
I'm
lot more
trying.
obscure to see them,
Yeah,
I feel.
people. I think it's also like people don't like letting them go once
True.
they have them.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're just so rare and desirable now.
Yeah, but it was. It's still like it's easy online to think of error cards as being really coveted.
Hmm.
When I brought okay, like to this Collecticon, which was my first time vending, I think I brought like my Articuno. I brought oh yeah, I guess I'll show you this other like uncut strip of cards. Like I brought two of these to display.
Oh,
Like
that's
yeah,
sweet.
really cool. Thank you. People did not give a fuck. There were like two people the entire back who were like, oh wow, interesting. So I think online it's positively represented, but when you go to these massive in-person events, you're kind of reminded, okay, the market is definitely
Super niche.
still, yeah, it's still super niche.
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, just when was it? Literally yesterday. On Sunday when I went to this card show and it was the first time I ever met like some other air collectors and like I showed him my binder and he was like freaking out and he was like geeking over it. It was so cool.
Yeah, that's something I love seeing other people's cards. I've seen Reggie Giga God's binder. It's crazy.
Oh, I
It's
can
just
only
like being able to flip
imagine.
through that. Yeah, I've seen some really good stuff. What I would love to see are like other people's uncut sheets because okay, so I'll just like look at the same people's Instagrams.
Oh yeah.
Like I used to just like go on the TCA Gaming Instagram, just like like screenshot pictures I had already screenshotted
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just like look at them in bed.
I mean, dude,
It's
his
like so
collection of
great.
uncut sheets is insane. From
No,
that
there's this
video
one.
from what's his name?
I know.
Mimic you something?
Yeah, that was wild. Then there's this one guy, erotic Pikachu. funny name on Instagram, and he has like a jungle, all Japanese jungle, or not jungle. He's looking for jungle. Fossil, base, Team Rocket, which I love. Um,
Whoa.
Neo Genesis. He has like multiple crazy uncut sheets. And
Damn.
just like when I'm bored, I'll like look at his pictures, and then I'll just like make my own in Photoshop. Like that's what I've been doing in my spare time.
I mean,
Just
hey, it's
like
a hobby, you know?
I know. They made that one with a trophy Pikachu, and I was trying to
That one
make
was
one with a
crazy.
yeah. Thank
It
you.
looked good.
I'm glad people appreciate um my time.
I definitely couldn't do that. I could not Photoshop that.
Once you do it like once for the sheets, you have like a template. But
Oh.
I wanted to do crystals, but I
Ooh.
can't find any pictures of a uncut Japanese Easter sheet. So I'd have to like
Oh, true.
somehow Photoshop. Like I wouldn't know how to create the borders
Right.
for each square, so it'd be a lot more work.
Yeah.
But one day
One
I'll
day. It'll
make
probably end
one
up
set of
popping up in
trophies.
the next week
I
or so.
know, I know.
I mean,
That would
I
be
mean,
amazing.
what's his name with the Brandon, the guy
Benjamin,
that has all the stuff popping up?
Benjamin, I think.
Benjamin, that's the one.
Ben,
Yeah.
yeah,
All
yeah.
those
That
snap sheets, like
I know.
what? Like who would have even expected those to even be like a thing?
Yeah, I'm hoping, and I know there was like a metal energy test. I can't even remember what it looks like now. 'Cause it's been in a year or two. There are some other sheets that I'm hoping we'll see that CGC has authenticated and will get like, published on Instagram. But yeah, those snap ones are crazy. Um,
I could only imagine how much those cost.
I know. Oh my god.
I mean, that guy's
Honestly,
collection in general is insane.
uh, as cool as the snap ones are, I think like the fan club Gyarados, just like
Dude.
that one took
Well,
the
yeah,
cake
because that
for
one's got
me.
the hollow.
Uh,
I think the snap ones are just no hollow, hey? They're just regular,
yeah,
yeah.
they're kind of like glossy.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah, those are. I really want to see. Like, I've actually never seen a snap card. This sounds like a flex. It wasn't meant to. I've never seen a snap card other than my own in person.
Yeah.
So I'd really like to see. Like, I have a friend who has a Bulbasaur and he brings it to events, but for some reason I've never like,
Seen
bothered
it.
to ask him to show me the Bulbasaur.
Oh yeah.
Um, I'd really like to see more cool cards. So I'm trying to go to more like Collecticon style events
Yeah.
just to see everyone's really rare cards. I got to see a Master Key for the first time.
Oh, sick.
I got to see the SPM Gold Star Play promo. That was cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
those ones just look so cool with the Japanese version compared to the English.
yeah. Big downgrade there.
Yeah.
No offense to the Pop Series collector.
Yeah.
Controversial statement, but yeah, it's a downgrade.
Yeah, I agree. I have to agree with that. What would be your best story that you have tied to a card?
Oh, I
Or
mean
your most memorable?
The Snap Chance one was crazy because I was looking for that card for over 10 years.
Really?
Um,
Oh man.
yeah, and I have like the receipts to prove it too, like
No
old
kidding.
Poke Gym posts. Yeah,
That's so sick.
yeah, and so it's also memorable to me because I got it just via a trade.
Oh right.
So and it wasn't even in person. We just like mailed each other our
No.
rent, which was crazy to think about.
Oh
It was
my
so much,
goodness.
yeah, because I traded like multiple graded cards and like a booster. Was it like it was a Power Keepers booster box? Just like a lot of stuff to trust USPS with. I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
if I would do that today,
crazy.
like 5 years ago. Um, Times have definitely changed. This is like pre-COVID,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was a card. It's like, oh, I'll never be able to get. So having that is really special for me. Definitely one of my favorite Chansey cards.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful
Um,
card.
the Clefable, I mean, the story is not as memorable because it was just an auction, but such a pretty card.
Oh yeah.
And then, yeah, just like cards with sentimental value. Like I have ones that like my grandparents gave me, and they're not alive anymore, so those are special.
Oh yeah,
Um, like things that my parents gave me.
true. Right on, man.
What about you?
Do I have any crazy stories with the card? No crazy stories with any cards. Not really. I mean, the craziest story was my the WB inverted Dragonite that I have here. It got lost in the mail.
Oh God. Oh,
Yeah,
I
so
feel like I remember this.
yeah, it got lost in the mail
Yeah.
for like 2 weeks, and then it got found, and then yeah, it then I came to Canada, and then UPS charged me like $600 import fee. Oh, it was yeah, not a good time. It was a brutal time, and it was just trying to be a celebratory gift to myself for finishing school, and I was like, nope, I'm just getting shafted for this. I'm like, oh
Yeah, that's
man,
why shipping to Canada sucks for you guys. Because
dude.
I try to like not declare, but sometimes it's like it's stressful for me if it's like a high value thing. Because if anything happens, then I'm fucked.
Yeah,
But yeah, I so I know a lot of you guys use middlemen, and
yeah. Well, here's the crazy thing. Shipping a card from in Canada to another place in Canada is more expensive than shipping a card from Canada to the US.
that sucks. That's
Like,
wild.
how does that even make any sense? Yeah,
Yeah, how do like eBay? That's so tough for eBay sellers
yeah,
or just like card stores.
yeah. Well, thankfully, I have some middlemen in the US that I can ship cards to because there's quite a few auctions in on eBay that just don't ship to Canada, so it's like brutal in that sense. But
Do you have a uncut sheet on your wall?
that one's a MetaZoo one there, and then I also have a Pokemon one over here, but it's not in frame. It's a
What
it's a rainbow uncut sheet from but it's French. I can't remember what set it is, honestly. But
like Rainbow Rare?
yeah, Rainbow Rare.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So
those are nice.
I was pretty stoked to get that one, and then I have a Magic the Gathering one down there as well. But
I see those. I also just like search uncut sheets on eBay. I really have been obsessed.
uncut sheets
Um,
are awesome, man. They're
yeah,
just
they're
such a
so
cool
cool.
way to
So,
display stuff.
I know there's a lot of Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh ones, and it's like I
Yeah.
did briefly play Magic when I was in high school.
Hmm.
And I never played Yu-Gi-Oh, but I remember like I have like some nostalgia for it. Like I would occasionally buy the cards.
Yeah.
Um, so like if I see like Dark Magician Girl, like yeah, I have like memories attached to that, even if I didn't collect it.
Yeah.
So in Yu-Gi-Oh, I think they must give out the sheets for like tournament winners
I
because there's
think
a
so.
lot out there. And sometimes I'm like, maybe I should just buy a Yu-Gi-Oh because they look
Honestly, there's
so
some
cool.
really cool
Yeah,
ones.
there's
Have
really
you seen
nice
the
ones.
ones with like the rainbow discard like fillers on them in the uncut sheets?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
those
There's
ones are so sick.
so if you could have any uncut sheet that you've seen, what would you want?
That is a great question. Ooh, I'll take the ancient Mew sheet with the
Yeah.
one error card on it. That would be an epic one to have. Doesn't someone in the group own one of those sheets with that error card on it?
There are people with crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so true. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just like look through other people's collection.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Like
That's
so
literally
just
I
cyber
spend
stuff.
hours doing that. Hours doing that and then hours scrolling eBay trying to find errors.
I know, which I actually like. I need to stop doing because I've my thing with like as much as I appreciate people on Facebook tagging me, like
Yeah.
I've tried to do like a cleanse from searching for stuff. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
will no longer like search like error. I used to like every morning I
Yeah.
would like search like error card in like Japanese marketplaces, like sort by new, and just like
Yeah.
refresh, refresh,
Oh yeah.
refresh.
Yeah.
Now it's like if I was doing that, I was spending a lot of money. So then I was like, okay, you can. I told myself you can do that, but you have to like start selling some of these. Like I enjoy like looking at them, but you have to like you can't just like buy them just for yourself. You need to like not go bankrupt.
Yeah,
And then I was like, wait, well, I'm spending money when I do this. So now like I'm trying not to buy as much, be more
fair.
responsible.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I don't have any more questions here, but thank you for your time, and I
Yeah,
appreciate you
thank
coming
you.
on, sharing your story, showing your insane hollow shifts. You're also the
Yeah.
reason that I like kind of discovered error cards. You were like one of the
Wow,
first people that I like found out about. Like I found out about you before Reggie or like anybody else.
surprise actually.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. So it's pretty
Is
cool
this?
for me to be able to talk to you and do a quick little interview with you, man.
Yeah, it's cool to see you too.
Hell yeah. Alrighty,
And if
dude.
I
Well.
said anything embarrassing, don't come for me in the comments. 'Cause I don't have time for y'all. Fuck off.
No,
Don't
the
do it to
community's
me.
pretty chill, except for one
Yeah,
dude or a couple. There's a couple, but
not getting into any drama. Okay.
okay. Adios. Thanks for everything.
Adios.
Have a good night.
Take care.
Later.
You too. Bye.